right, so our next topic keeps us in the world of DC, but over to James Gunn's Suicide Squad, the unreleased Suicide Squad, which after that panel at DC Fandom, I was already excited for it. I mean, let's be honest, because it was James Gunn and everything. But after seeing the behind the scenes footage, a little sizzle reel and everything, it looked great. And then we had what's his name? Joel Kinnaman. Joel Kinnaman came out and just the other day said it's like gonna be very hard R. The movie that they made was 100% gonna be rated R. So that has me excited because I feel like James Gunn's sensibilities for just his humor and everything. Like if you remember the movie Super with our boy Rainn Wilson, Dwight Schrute, for you Office fans out there, I'm hoping it's like that, but on steroids, because James Gunn even said at that very same panel, this was like the biggest movie he's ever made. So I'm imagining like The Boys with DC characters essentially. But this story in particular is that John Cena's Peacemaker character is getting his own series on HBO Max. So this news dropped the other day, and like I said, I'm pretty excited for this. He just mentioned he literally goes on to say like James Gunn just because during the pandemic and work from home, he just decided to write a series for him.
Yeah.
So he just didn't have time. He was in between projects, didn't have anything to do.
Like, yeah, we're in
So
a nice series.
I'm just gonna write a series for Peacemaker. So he did that. So I'm looking forward to this because one, obviously the James Gunn portion of it, but two, John Cena in the right role, man, he's awesome.
Oh yeah,
Like, he's
yeah.
hilarious. Like his role in what was that movie with Tina Fey and what was it called? Sisters, I think. I remember he plays like a drug dealer,
Yeah, no,
some bodybuilder drug dealer dude. And like just Google the scene with him
it's
in it.
so funny.
It's the funniest like thing.
His comedic timing is like perfect.
Yeah, it's so good. Like that's one thing that and I don't know if like that was obviously pre James Gunn because what has me excited for this is the fact that like James Gunn was able to take someone like Dave Bautista who is kind of in the same boat as John Cena where they're not the greatest, actors or
They're not
thespians out
known
there.
for that.
Yeah, they're not these big time drama dudes. They're not amazing actors. But like with Dave Bautista and James Gunn, he was able to really focus on what Dave was good at, you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
made the character of Drax, I don't know, he kinda, like, steals Guardians of the Galaxy in multiple
Yeah.
scenes a
Oh,
lot of the
yeah.
time. So, especially even in stuff this wasn't really, well, actually, no, I think they did say that James Gunn actually assisted with the writing on this part, but in Infinity War, when Thor lands on the ship and he's like Drax's whole, like, spiel about him being an angel and everything is just like that's like the best
Yeah.
one of the best parts about that scene until Thor wakes up. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
what they're talking about. So my hope is that Peacemaker ends up being like just as good as Drax, if not better though, because he's kind of like murderous. Like because his whole thing is like peace like comes at like any cost. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter like who gets in the way. Like
Kind of an oxymoron, really.
yeah,
Oh,
like that,
yeah.
yeah. But like I don't know.
I'll kill who I have to make peace.
Right. No, that's what I don't know. It just has me. I feel like that character could literally he'd be one of the boys. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
and I think he would fit in that show like perfectly with like Butcher and them. Just be like he puts on a suit so he can go fight the soups. You know, like I know he's not going to be in the boys by any means, but like I'm hoping it's that kind of show where
Yeah.
like it's just bonkers and off the wall, and like John
Bonkers.
Cena has some like funny stuff to say. So that's what I'm looking forward to. What do you guys think about this news?
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I like John Cena. I think he's funny. And from that sizzle reel that we saw for Suicide Squad, like he looks like his character is going to be pretty good. So
I think I said before too, like when that came out, 'cause we were talking about it on the show. I think he was. We kind of thought we discussed who was going to die, right?
yeah.
You know, because that's like presumably everybody will die, right? And I think
Well,
he
he's
was
not
one that I
going
said
to.
probably is not going to die.
Yeah.
I think he was for sure be carrying on in some way, just because I think I even brought up just how funny he can be, and I just don't
Mhm.
see him. I don't see them killing him off just because. Why would you? Like,
Yeah.
because if that character was written right with him in the role, like it could be like comedy gold.
Oh, for sure.
So I don't know. I'm glad to see that. I guess they thought the same way, and he must have done a really good job in the movie, and probably steals the show in a lot of ways for James Gunn to be sitting down, pretty much just bored and trying to kill time, and decides of all the characters he could write a show about, he picks Peacemaker to do it. So that has me pretty excited for it.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to it. I think he's an interesting character. I was gonna say, well, I guess it confirms that he won't die in the Suicide Squad.
Exactly.
I mean, it could be that this is a prequel to
It
how
could
he
be a
got
prequel.
involved.
It's true.
How he got involved with the squad. It could be the bridge to the Suicide Squad 2 if it does well and they announce another one. Maybe Gunn sets up stuff in the show that pays off in the next one if they do it. So yeah, again, I'm all in. I'm ready for it.
yeah, it could very well be a prequel, which could be actually pretty interesting. Just like to see how he got to land, how he got wound up in the squad. You know, they could do a whole backstory and just like it could be a cool little prequel leading right into it. So you could always have that kind of flavor. I don't know. I kind of hope it doesn't, because if he does steal the show and is good enough to get his own show, prequel or otherwise, I'd like to see more at that point. Like, I know I haven't seen it yet. It might suck and I might hate it. I just doubt it. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
If it's not good, why would they go out of their way to give him his own series before we even see the movie? So like the people who have seen his performance and seen the movie and everything, I'm just gonna take it that it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Why else would they make it? So
True.
I'm looking forward to it. Question is, guys, what do you think? Are you guys excited that Peacemaker here is getting his own show? Do you think that kind of the same thing that we're thinking, that if done properly, this could be pretty much just comedy gold? It could just print money in a lot of ways if done right, which I think James Gunn can bring the right sensibilities to this, obviously. So whatever it is, guys, let us know down in the comment section below.